I've avoided talking about this subject for years because, well, it's gross. It's just disgusting. It's like something out of a science fiction movie. But it's important because, well, it's part of being healthy. Nature has a habit of being very opportunistic to anything that wants to live. That includes animals, plants, bacteria, viruses, mold, fungus, yeast, and parasites. There's this video that came out recently on the internet. I don't know if you've seen it. It was this bear walking around. It might have been Yellowstone Park. He's walking from car to car, and somebody filmed him. And as he was walking, it was a healthy-looking bear. He had this 30-foot white piece of rope coming out of his butt that he was dragging along, 30 feet long. It was weird looking. Well, that was a tapeworm. Well, what do bears eat? They like to eat salmon, otherwise known as raw fish, otherwise known as sushi. I've said this before many years ago. One piece of sushi can contain up to 10,000 parasite larvae. You don't see them, but they're waiting to just, like alien, go inside you, and then they hatch, and then they grow. It's just part of raw flesh, raw meat. It's part of nature. Opportunistic things come around and set up shop around you, and especially inside you. So, that's what this video is about. And it's actually a subject that is very unwelcome by authorities. They don't want you to talk about it. As a matter of fact, I don't know if you've noticed on the Amazon site, my formula that I normally use for this subject is now called Formula PF. That's only on the Amazon site because, well, Amazon doesn't like to use the P word. Neither does anything else in the authoritarian world. So it's the same formula. I still sell the original formula name on my personal website, marcusproducts.com, but on Amazon it's called Formula PF. And you know what that stands for. It's the same exact thing. It's just the label's different. But yeah, I mean, if you eat sushi, then you pretty much probably have parasites. It's pretty much guaranteed. Even if you don't eat sushi, but you eat in a place that makes sushi or any restaurant that prepares raw meat. I think about it. If you eat meat, if you eat animal products, somewhere in the kitchen, somebody is getting a piece of raw meat or fish or chicken or pork or whatever before they cook it, right? I mean, that's what restaurants do. They get the raw meat, fish, pork, chicken before they cook it and serve it to you. So somebody back there is preparing with their fingers and their cutlery and their cutting boards raw meat. And who knows how many other things touch that cutting board, their fingers, the whatever it is, before. I mean, even if you're picking vegetarian food from the menu, somebody in the back in the kitchen is using all that prep area. And I mean, you can't see parasite eggs. You can't see the little, they're microscopic before they grow big. And it's just, when you get it, it's too late. They are designed to survive. They are designed to be transferred from one thing to another. And then when they find a nice, warm, cozy, gooey place to live, they just set up shop and multiply and grow. So even if you don't eat meat, if you have pets, you pretty much are guaranteed to have some kind of parasite. And there are 10,000 types of them that we have found. I mean, think about it. Cats and dogs do not wear diapers. They go outside where other animals, do you notice they always like to sniff where other dogs and cats were, and they walk around in that area and like, this is my area now. And then they leave their mark. They don't wipe their butt. They don't lick it. They don't use toilet paper. They just walk back to your house and then sit on the carpet and then sit on the couch and then sit on your bed or wherever it is they go. And I don't know if you know cats, when you're sleeping, they jump up on the kitchen counter and they walk around and they might sit on it, rub their butt on your food prep areas. People who kiss their dogs and cats. I mean, yeah, it's everywhere. Anything that's warm and gooey, like animals in nature are filled with parasites, and they don't eat junk food. They eat stuff from nature. So it's not just a matter of eating unhealthy food or healthy food, but when you are in the modern world and you're starting to eat sugar and bread and processed food, all that stuff, it is instant fuel source. Sugar and wheat and stuff is an instant fuel source for anything that lives. So yeah, even though parasites in nature do not eat this stuff, once they come in contact with it, just like humans, they're like, whoa, what is this? Whoa, I've never had sugar before. I never had bread or wheat or anything like that before. Well, whatever you love, they love. And if it's sweet tasting, if it's like wheat and bread and anything that's made with flour and baked in an oven, the reason we love it so much is because it turns into sugar so easily, and it feeds yeast like crazy, and it feeds anything that likes to live. So anybody who eats bread, sugar, pasta, pastries, cereal, cookies, crackers, anything made with wheat that's baked in an oven of processed food, that's rocket fuel for parasites. And of course, what are the fuel sources? Oil, fats, protein, or meat. I mean, in nature, parasites live off of animals, right? I mean, they eat meat too. So even if you don't have sugar or anything, they'll eat you. It's like cancer. It just lives off of anything. So it's just part of life. And most people in the modern world, they just eat crap, and they don't cleanse themselves internally very much at all, if at all. And they just it's all about just eating foods that taste good, right? Comfort foods, and just, oh, this tastes good, I'm going to eat this. Oh, this tastes good, I'm going to eat this. I'm depressed, I'm going to eat this. Oh, I'm whatever, I'm celebrating, I'm eating this. It's just people just love to eat. And most of what they eat, almost everything they eat, feeds these critters. And the thing about these critters is they like to coexist with you. They don't want you to know they're there. So they quietly they don't kick around like little babies. They want to not have any signs that they're there, because then you're not going to be afraid. Then you're not going to be trying to get rid of them. And whatever you eat feeds them. And then once they eat, they're like living things, they poop. And so they are pooping inside you. So you're getting even more toxic. And they lay eggs and stuff. As a matter of fact, if you try to kill them, they will try to survive. They're going to drop 10,000 eggs, and each one of those, it's just horrible. It is like a science fiction movie. It's just disgusting, which is why I don't usually talk about it, because people like to hear how sugar is good for you. And well, yeah, that's a fuel source that feeds these bad guys. And it's just, I don't know. I'm the guy that always talks about bad stuff and things that you don't want to hear, but it's people go, I don't know why I have all these health conditions. I eat healthy. And so a lot of people do. They eat healthy, they eat good stuff, but they have health conditions. They wonder why. And I think, well, maybe I'm eating the wrong foods. Maybe I shouldn't be eating healthy, because those unhealthy people, they seem better off than me. Well, maybe you have something living inside you that shouldn't be there. You have a defense system. You have probiotics, which are on your side, the army that's on your side. But if you're eating any kind of wheat product, if you've had antibiotics kill probiotics. That means your army is wiped out. And you don't have much of a defense system. And then there's coffee, which contains tannins, which kills your probiotics also. I mean, there's so many things. I mean, alcohol. I mean, you already know all this stuff. So anyway, the chances are you've got some kind of unwanted visitors in your house. Time to do some house cleaning. Now, you can't just take some pills and think it's going to be over in a few days. You got it to 3 months of these things, because as these things slowly die, they drop eggs because they want their species to continue. And these eggs are pretty much impenetrable until they're born. And then they grow into larvae and then eventually worms or whatever it is. Eggs, they're like bulletproof. There's not much you can do with them. I mean, there are some things, but you want to get them when they're warm and gooey, like, young and tender little wormettes. Anyway, so that takes months. So that's why I always say it's a 3-month cleanse. And during that period, do not take sugar. Do not drink fruit juice. It is so full of sugar, it will fuel anything that is alive. I know I'm saying things you don't want to hear. Do not eat bread. Do not eat anything made with flour that's baked in an oven. The fun stuff. I'm sorry. Do not do the fun stuff. The more bitter stuff you do, the more green things you do. They hate what you hate. They love what you love. You hate green juice, so do they. You love fruit juice, so do they. I mean, think about it. You like your mangoes, you like your bananas, so do they. You like your bread, your pasta, your sugar, your pastries, your ice cream, so do they. They love that. If you eat something and you go, oh yeah. Well, the moment you do that, they do too. They go, oh, thank you. That's coexisting. That's the problem with these guys. They live and love what you do, and they hate what you do too. So, I hate to say it, guys, but, I mean, and plus, bitter cleans your liver and cleans your body, so that's good. So, anyway, Formula PF on Amazon, Marcus Products, and then on my site, it's the original formula. It's the same stuff. It's the same ingredients and everything. And what are those ingredients? Well, I think you'll be pretty impressed. It has green hulls of black walnut, which are known to have powerful effects on killing many varieties of parasites. The dried and ground green hull of the black walnut contains tannin, which is organic iodine, as well as juglidin. Black walnut has been used for centuries to expel various types of worms, including parasites that cause skin irritation, such as ringworm. And it's very effective against tapeworms and pinworms. Then there's graviola bark, which contains the chemical ananaceous acetogenins, an active compound that is harmful to parasites. And then there's quassia, traditionally been used as a remedy for roundworms. Butternut bark, also known as white walnut, has been used since the 1800s to expel rather than kill worms. That's called a vermifuge. Wormwood, famously named for its ability to expel parasites, one of the most powerful tools in the parasite-killing herb kingdom. It's most effective against roundworms, hookworms, whipworms, and pinworms. There's so many of them, it's ridiculous. It contains sesquiterpene lactones, which weaken parasite membranes, therefore killing them. Wormwood also helps produce bile, which in turn helps the liver and gallbladder. It also has food-grade diatomaceous earth, which has a lot of silica, which is like little pieces of glass that help shred parasites. It doesn't hurt you, but it shreds them. Rhubarb, used to expel the die-off of parasites, eggs, and larvae. Clove, which contains the most powerful germicidal agent in the herbal kingdom known as eugenol. It also contains caryophyllene, which is a powerful antimicrobial agent. It also contains pumpkin seeds, which contain a natural fat curcubitin that is toxic to parasite eggs, and a stuff called elagitanin from pomegranate seeds, which when ground up contain one of the most powerful antioxidants known, elagitanin, otherwise known as ellagic acid, which is a powerful destroyer of parasites. Very strong antibacterial, antifungal, antiviral. It also contains aloe vera, which has a strong soothing effect to help peristalsis, papain, which is a protein digestive enzyme. And what are parasites? Protein. And this helps digest protein. There's goat's rue. Goat's rue is a wild legume that's effective in both humans and animals alike. And garlic, which is able to slow and kill over 60 types of fungus, 20 types of bacteria, as well as parasites, because it contains allicin and ajoine, which can kill single-cell parasites like amoebas, as well as pinworms and hookworms. Turmeric root, anti-inflammatory, as well as an antioxidant that helps clean the blood and liver. And of course, all my herbal formulas are non-GMO, organic, or sustainably wildcrafted. So this is a really powerful formula, and it will kill some of your probiotics because it is a powerful killing formula. So what I suggest you do, I highly suggest you do, is take probiotics every day also, but not at the same time as you take this. Take it 10 hours apart. So for example, if you take the parasite formula at in the morning, the most powerful way to take it is on an empty stomach, like half an hour to an hour before you eat. If it's really strong and you can't handle it, then take it with food, but try to take it before you eat. And then at night, take your probiotics 10 hours apart, because otherwise your formula PF will kill your probiotics that you're taking. Do not take this if you're pregnant, obviously. I suggest you don't even take it while you're breastfeeding. Don't give it to children under 5 years of age. Don't give it to your dog or your cat. It's too strong for them. This is for humans. You start with 1 pill. The next day you take 2. The next day you take 3. And you work your way up to 10 to 12, depending how old you are. Now, younger kids, like maybe 8 to 10 years old, should have half the number of pills that an adult has. And the reason it's in pill form and not powder form is because these are some of the most bitter known herbs to man. I mean, you can try to take it. You can try to open up the capsule and try to take it. Good luck. It is so bitter, it will make you hurl if you try to eat this raw. So that's why it's in pill form. I know some people don't like taking big pills, but trust me, you're going to want to have it in pill form. Again, 3 months worth. It's not going to be a fun 3 months, but you're going to be doing a cleansing that is so necessary. Do what you can. I mean, that's all I can say is do what you can. I mean, that's it. And yeah, so there you go. And it's available on both websites. And there you go. It's not fun to talk about this, but at some point, every now and then, I got to talk about it. So go get it and have fun. Bye.